Good morning, happy Friday. My name is Anthony Speciale with Hawkeye Traders. I hope everyone has had a great week and is looking forward to their weekend. Today I want to follow through with the concept wrapped around VSwarm. But before I do that, I just need to share with you folks that whatever I do disclose to you today is for information and educational purposes, examples of how our software, our indicators are applicable to real life, but do not take any of it as trading advice or as financial advice. It is certainly not. So this week we focused on what we call VSwarm, Project VSwarm. And what is VSwarm? VSwarm is a measurement of volume as it comes into the market to tell us most likely what is going to happen and when it's going to happen. So this transpired yesterday about mid-morning, and I really like this, and I want to show this as an example for a reason. With almost certainty, I can tell you that at about 10 a.m. yesterday morning, the S&P was turning around for the day. Now, there's no certainties in life other than paying taxes and dying. But with as much certainty as the indicators give me, unless something crazy happened, the technicals told me yesterday that the S&P bottomed at around 10 a.m. Now, the question is, how do I know that? Our indicators tell us, and I'm going to explain to you just what that looks like. If we look on the top left chart, you see an arrow at the bottom. That is a elongated green bar. Now it's painted green because that's what the volume represented in that bar. On the top right, the same thing. On the bottom left, the same thing. We call this a green bottom. Now what does a green bottom mean? A green bottom is when the volume, when the buyers, the bulls come in and decide that this is the point where value is found for a period of time. So yesterday morning at about 10 a.m., the bulls came in and said, you know what? We find value right here, and this is where we're going to start to build our position to the long side. You saw that it sold off all morning, or leading into that, from the prior day, from the prior evening. But how did I know that that was the bottom and not any of the other higher spots along the way? Because this is the only green bottom on the chart. The green bottom is exactly what VSwarm is. It told us that the buyers were taking control of the market at that given point in time. Now, if we look to the bottom right, we see the Hawkeye kiss. This is an indicator I've shared with you guys. You see how it was really in the red and then it started to fade the other way? It started to reverse. Well, how convenient that as that started to reverse, that the bottom was put in and the market started to reverse in the opposite direction. You see how that cross correlates? So guys, the concept of VSwarm, the concept of volume controlling the market is just this. That green bottom coming in tells me that the likeliness, this is where the market's going to turn for at least the near term. That the next opportunity is probably to the long side and not to continue downward. I wanted to share this with you because this is painted so beautifully on the chart that when you look at these time frames, it makes it very easy for you to know which direction it's time for you to prepare your next trade to go in. Let's take a look at crude oil. Same thing happened. 10 o'clock in the morning. How picture perfect is this? Crude oil in 3 time frames tested a demand zone, all built roughly around the exact same dollar price point. And all 3 time zones, all 3 time frames testing these demand zones, all painted green bottom bars. Now, why did this happen? This happened very simply because at that price point, at that point in time, is when the buyers said, this is where we're stepping in and we're taking over this market. This is where we found value in today's trading session. And in the near term, we desire to turn around and push this price in the opposite direction, meaning upward. So what happened after this happened at 10 a.m.? For the next several hours, you could see that the price continued to rally. Guys, this is the power of VSwarm. This is the power of understanding volume. This is the power of knowing when not to get into a trade going in the wrong direction. The objective is to have as many tools as possible, as much knowledge as possible to know what the market's going to do before it does it. Volume leads price action. When I saw this green bottom bar painted on these 3 time frames yesterday morning, it was obvious and clear to me that that was the bottom for the day of the oil session, unless something out of the blue came to fruition. Guys, I want to share this with you because it's so incredibly important that most people would have looked, oh, this is going to continue to sell off. I would have continued getting short. That was the wrong place. And how did we know? We know because the power of VSwarm told us that there was no point here to go any further south. The market was going to turn. Buyers came in present and strong and turned this market around. It's as simple as can be, and it's right here on the charts for you. The arrows indicate on each chart, in each demand zone, Hawkeye demand zone, where the buyers came in and pushed that price in the complete opposite direction. So guys, I found this quote and I thought it was fairly unique. Convenience is not an acceptable foundational value for society, it is a disease. Now, although this is applicable to society, this is also applicable to our trading. How is it applicable to our trading? Most of us, when we're day traders, we carve out a period of time of our day to sit in front of the computer. Now, it's convenient for a trade to transpire during that time frame, but it doesn't always happen. And sometimes I find that people get frustrated because they're sitting there and anxious to trade because they've carved this time of their life. They're trading a period of the time of their life to be in front of the computer in order to trade. And it's inconvenient when the perfect setup doesn't come along. Well, guys, that's where discipline and consistency have to outweigh convenience. If you are disciplined enough to know that if the trade doesn't present itself, you're not going to force a bad trade. You're consistent enough to know that you can't do that and be successful over the long haul. It doesn't work. Life isn't about convenience. Life is about consistency. Life is about discipline. And so is trading. So I want to share that with you because the ability for you to take that in your life and bring it to your trading career or your business or your job or your relationship, I promise you, in the long run, will pay you in tenfold. Rather than just looking for the convenience, an option that is just convenient, as opposed to the other side of that coin. So guys, this week I've spent a ton of time sharing with you the power of VSwarm so that you have the greatest understanding of just how volume is what drives this market. And volume is what gives us the edge at Hawkeye Traders to know when and where a trade is most likely to be successful, when and where the market's about to reverse, when and where to put our indicators and our trade strategies to work. So if you are using Hawkeye Traders already, thank you. I hope you're taking full advantage of everything we have to offer. I hope you're involved in the Inner Circle Skype room. I hope you're attending the coaching lessons, or if you can't make it on Wednesday mornings, that you're watching them in the members area recorded. There's hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of recordings in the members area for anything, any particular concept that you want to learn. All of that exists for you. We have gone above and beyond to come full circle and give you everything you need to be a successful trader. If you are not a Hawkeye family member yet, please, to harness the understanding of what volume is able to bring to our table, to bring to us as traders that you cannot find anywhere else. This doesn't exist anywhere else. It's proprietary to Hawkeye. Click the link below. Watch the VSwarm webinar. The reason I want you to watch it, I need you to have the fullest understanding of just how we know when we're statistically likely to get into a trade and be profitable. Guys, you can use this down on a tick chart, a minute chart. You can use this on a daily chart, a weekly chart, a monthly chart. Doesn't matter what time frame you're trading. It doesn't matter what time frame you're analyzing. It doesn't matter what strategy you personally want to build for yourself. I guarantee you, the indicators that we bring to the table, the methodology we bring to the table, the training we bring to the table will add value, tenfold of value to your trade plan, to your financial future, to your financial success. With that, guys, I want to wish you a blessed weekend. I hope you had a great week. I hope you enjoy yourselves this weekend. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your children. Go out and spend some quality time with each other because really that's what counts. All right? Have a good one, and I will talk to you next week. Take care.